Okay, I can see what's happening now on the screen. We are back. The results of the 2023 Mr. Olympia in. We have a new Mr. Olympia, your first two-time Mr. Olympia between two different divisions on the Olympia stage. Now, we do have Kamalo Gagni, who's won it in the Masters and the 212, but Derek Lunsford has won the 212 and the Open. He is the champ, beats Hadi Choopan. The rest of the results, Derek Lunsford wins, Hadi Choopan in second, Samson Dauda in third. In fourth place, we had Brandon Curry. And in fifth place, we had Andrew Jack. I'm listening currently to the winning speech of Derek Lunsford. He's just about to speak on it. Now, I do want to say something. Hadi Choopan walked off the stage and didn't have his presentation photo. And he said, Hadi, you got to take photos. And he said, okay, I guess you won't. So I didn't actually see it happen, but I heard it. So Hadi Choopan maybe was so upset that he would not pose for the announcement, which is pretty crazy. So I'm going to be listening in on Derek Lunsford's winning speech, and so happy for him. He has announced that he will be doing a interview of me after the Mr. Olympia. I said, hey, you're going to become Mr. Olympia. You better remember me when you become Olympia champion. And I got my entire top five correct. Entire top five correct. In order. Which I believe was the same as a few other guys as well. So very impressive. And I'm also going to be hopefully getting the results before the end of this. It should be posted up somewhere. And I'm going to be featuring some of the images as well. And you guys can give your opinion. So I'm going to put up a poll now for you guys. Just give me a minute. All right, hold up, guys. I've got to open it up. Let me open it up. View on YouTube. So we've got the results of the other divisions coming up as well, including the Classic Physique and the Men's Physique as well. So stay tuned for those ones. Sorry, it might just be taking a second to load, guys. Just bear with me. Just loading up. But yeah, what a shock. I mean, more of you guys had Hadi Choopan winning. Do you think that Hadi Choopan was ripped off in this contest? Because he placed second in this one. Derek Lunsford wins. And how crazy is it? Lunsford is the king. And we have had so many Olympia champions recently. So we had Derek Lunsford this year, Hadi Choopan the year before that. We had Big Ramy the year before that, Big Ramy the year before that, Brandon Curry the year before that, Sean Roden the year before that. We had Phil Heath the year before that. So we have had a very, like the most changing Mr. Olympia title ever over the recent history. So absolutely crazy. Oh, Derek Lunsford hugging his wife on stage and she's crying. So happy for both of them. They just seem like genuinely good people. And she's pregnant and he kisses the belly. He's on top of the world. That actually gave me goosebumps. Like, what a moment. And they mentioned nobody's left this as well. Everyone is staying because they want to see the new Mr. Olympia. So crazy cool. All right. While Derek Lunsford does his speech, I'll bring you the rest of the results and some photos and things like that very, very soon as they become available. But what I want to do is feature a little bit from the Classic soon. I'll do that very shortly. And for those who don't know, Chris Bumstead, CBUM, wins the Classic Physique Olympia title. So let me pull up CBUM so you guys can see what he looked like, because he looked phenomenal, as always. And Derek Lunsford becomes instantly $400,000 richer, which is incredible for him. And he's starting his family off the right way with his wife being pregnant on stage. So Derek Lunsford, those who are just joining, Derek Lunsford wins for Mr. Olympia. Chris Bumstead wins the Classic Physique Olympia with a torn lat, mind you. And then we had Ryan Terry winning the Men's Physique Mr. Olympia with Brandon Hendrickson in second. The full results of the Classic Physique was Chris Bumstead in first. In second place, we had Ramon Dino. In third place, we had Urs Kalachinski. In fourth place, we had Breon Ansley. And in fifth place, we had Terrence Ruffin. I really agreed with the results, to be honest. So pretty short winner's speech there for Derek Lunsford. He's having his photos taken. Just incredible. Like, oh, can't imagine how that guy's feeling right now. Wow. So Hadi Rambod has one for Hadi, one for Derek Lunsford, and then he has another title there with Chris Bumstead. Again, couldn't do any better. Top 2 in the Olympia and first in the classic Physique Olympia. So Hadi Rambod doing very well. I'm going to feature a photo of Derek Lunsford winning on stage. And I'll do another video as well, breaking down all the top guys in order as well. But I wanted to get this up as quick as possible for you guys to give a breakdown on the 2023 Mr. Olympia. So yeah, crazy top 3. So those who are just joining, first place, Derek Lunsford. Second place, Hadi Choopan. Third place, Samson Dauda. Fourth place, we had Brandon Curry in a comeback. And in fifth place, we had Andrew Jacked. And let me see if we can find any photos of the presentation. We might have to wait a little bit for those photos, but yeah, super, super stoked for all the guys that won. And the top 3 was crazy this year. Super, super impressive. Let me go to your guys' comment. Actually, I'm going to put up a poll right now. I think I opened up the page for it. Yes, so let's put up a poll. Let's ask the question if you guys agree, or do you think that Hadi Choopan was actually robbed in this one? So who did you have? Wait, let's do, did you agree? Did you agree with Derek Lunsford winning the 2023 Mr. Olympia? So we've got yes, no, Hadi winning, or no, Samson winning. Start that poll. Get voting in the poll. Do you agree with the 2023 Mr. Olympia results? This will be used in another video as well. Yeah, someone said, as soon as I saw Keon win the 212, I knew Derek would win the Open. Some people were saying because he won that, Samson's going to win the Open. So very, very interesting. Votes are coming in thick and fast. I've already got 400 odd votes in there. We have 51% agreeing with it, 41% not, and 8% have Samson. Oh, no, 41% saying no Hadi and 9% saying no Samson. So about half of you are agreeing with it so far and half of you not. I actually thought, yeah, it would be a little bit more so. But yeah, Hadi Choopan did not want to stay on stage. Derek won, stay mad, Iranis. Yeah. Some of you guys agreeing, some of you guys not. So, but about half of you people, half of you in the chat agreeing that Derek Lunsford was the rightful winner of the 2023 Mr. Olympia. What do I think? I thought it could have gone either way between those two. I did have those two top 2 and Samson in third. I thought Samson looked really good at stages. I thought Samson could win this, but I think once it came down to it, Samson Dauda wasn't quite at the conditioning level he probably needed to be at in certain areas. Hamstrings were good. Just some other areas need to be a bit sharper. But Samson's going to be back. He said he's going to do the Arnold Classic again. So if he does do that, I hope he stays really, really lean and just dials it in like insane. We know Derek's not going to do that Arnold Classic. Probably Hadi isn't going to. So Samson's going to be the clear favorite for that Arnold Classic if he does decide to do it. Allo Black 88 says Hadi's waist hurt him. It's grown too much. He was more conditioned, but can't hang with the shape guys now. I mean, he's hanging with most of them outside of Derek Lunsford, obviously second best in the world still. But thank you very much for your super chat. Best poser Samson, Hadi deserved it, someone saying. Hadi was better. Derek won from the back. Yeah, Derek. Everyone knows Derek won from the back. Hadi, someone says, Hadi, Blizzy Blake Yopper, trying to click on that comment there, says, Hadi, so disrespectful, man, walking off like that. Yeah, he did not have his presentation photo. So that's in history. You can never go back and see the top 5 presentation photo ever. Derek won. Yeah, for people asking, Derek won. Thank you, him, Rico 69. Andrew won. No. Andrew Jack deserved it, someone saying. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. I thought it was going to be Hadi, but I just knew there's a chance Derek could win this. And Derek won it, becomes Mr. Olympia. And I did say as well, I think that Derek Lunsford could go on a run of Mr. Olympias and become one of the GOATs of bodybuilding. If he wins it again next year and it's more convincing, you wait for people to say that Derek Lunsford should be can be a 10-time Olympic champion or tie a record and things like that. And this could be the start of a new era in bodybuilding where Derek Lunsford is a runaway champ for many years. He could become that dominant because I think Derek Lunsford has room to get better. The amount he improved this year, I think he improved a lot. Some people were saying, oh, he didn't really improve. I thought he did. Look at him from the back there. Look at him in these back shots compared to Hadi. Hadi was just too soft in that back for me, and that's what lost it for him. Because if Hadi was hard from the back and that was just closer, I think Hadi wins. But you got to take into account the front and the back. And from the front, Hadi is harder. So there's no doubt about that. It's not like Hardy's off there, but you can see he's just not as hard from the back as Derek Lunsford. But the back is only 2 shots and then the rear relaxed quarter turn. But the side, Derek Lunsford was better than last year for sure. And look at ab and thigh. I mean, Derek Lunsford is still crazy impressive. And it's not like it's soft. The quads are hard. The abs are still pretty hard. The chest is probably slightly harder than last year. Slightly. The arms are probably similar to last year, maybe a little bit harder. I don't like that crab most muscular on Derek Lunsford. But when he hits his hands on hips, which he actually did, I think, in his routine tonight, and I took a screenshot of that, I thought it looked phenomenal. And I might have nailed literally my top 10 predictions in order. I nailed my top 5 exactly right, which I've never done for the Olympia because it is really hard to do, surprisingly. Very hard to nail those top predictions. And I think I had Hunter in 6th and Crizzo in 7th. And I think that's sort of how it would have played out too. So might have just nailed my top 10, which would be absolutely wild. Unless Hassan slips in there and I get the 10th pick wrong. I can't remember. So top 5 predictions, I nailed them. Oh, no, I changed it. I put Brandon Curry 1 spot lower based on the injury. Or did I actually say the opposite? I can't remember. I think I dropped him 1 spot lower. So I did get that wrong. Then I put Crizzo in 6th and Hunter in 7th, Tonio in 8th, Regan in 9th, and I put Justin Shire in 10th. So that won't be right because he was in the last call out. So crazy. That was pretty close, though. Pretty damn close. Hadi robbed. People still saying that. And let me look back on the results. Let me look back on them. Of the poll that is up right now. Did you agree with Derek Lunsford winning the 2023 Mr. Olympia? Vote in it now if you haven't voted already. I see the votes rolling in as we are live. 49% saying yes. Under half of you agree with Derek Lunsford winning the Mr. Olympia, only slightly. 42% say no, Hadi winning, and 9% say no, Samson winning. 50% now saying Derek Lunsford deserved it. So I think I'd say he deserved it because it was close. So I don't want to say he's undeserving or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Jared Baker. Is it Javad Baker for the super chat? Much appreciated, my man. Classic Physique has been announced. And let's quickly feature these guys on the screen and I'll feature the results of the Classic Physique. Just give it one moment. So in first place, Chris Bumstead wins the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia, and well-deserved, in my opinion. He looked fantastic, as always. Chris Bumstead always looks fantastic. He tore his lat. He announced on stage. He didn't announce his retirement, which I thought could happen. It did not happen. Thank you, Luigi, for the super chat. And, he just looked fantastic again. I thought he was the clear winner for me, even with a torn lat, which let's look at it. You can't really see it. He hit a rear lat spread on the right, and you could see a small little gap there. Thank you again, Javad Baker, for the super chat. Another super chat. Much, much appreciated. And in second place, we had, let me find Ramon, because that was our second place finisher. That's our third place finisher there, Urs Kalaczynski. I'm trying to think where Ramon is in this one. Oh, it's Terence Ruffin. Am I skipping over Ramon? Surely we've got Ramon in here somewhere. There's CBUM. Okay, we've got Ramon coming up here, I believe. Here's Ramon Dino, your second place finisher. And at finals, I thought Ramon was better than he was at prejudging. He looked really, really good. Shout out to Ramon. He shows great spirit on stage too. He looks happy. Like, you just want Ramon to do well as well. But you want Urs to do well. You want all these guys. Breon coming back, after he's going to move to 212, looking his best ever, possibly, just for the fact that the class has improved so much. But Ramon Dino, I've already improved a lot of areas. He's probably, depends if he's actually at the weight limit now. I think Chris Aceto said, he said he was like well above it and he carved up to a crazy weight that's above the classic physique weight limit. So can Ramon get better in the classic physique? I want to see him go to open, because if he's somewhat close to Chris Bumstead and people saying CBUM would be top 10 in the open, where does Ramon finish? I mean, would he be beating guys that are in the open class at all? Or would he not? Anyway, this is our third place finisher, Urs Kalachinsky. And if you're just joining me, we will circle back around to the open and the full top 5 results of that. Urs looked fantastic once again. I'm intrigued to know when I talk to Urs next and do an interview with him and have him on Bodybuilding University, our podcast, if he has more weight to actually move in the classic physique now. He may well. I don't know. But yeah, very, very much looking forward to seeing that. So Derek Lunsford's just coming into their live stream now, and he's going to do a little interview, and I'll see if there's anything interesting that comes out of that. So that's Urs there, and you'll see Terence Ruffin in just a second. So Derek Lunsford's talking now, and he's like, you can tell he's mind blown. He's like, I just made history. He's like, this happened just now. Like you can tell he's just in disbelief. Like, not disbelief, he's in a state of shock, Derek can't believe it, Well, I'm sure he can believe it, but it's just, I can't imagine what that feeling is for Derek Lunsford right now, winning the Olympia. Derek Lunsford, very, very cool. Shout out to Derek Lunsford. And I'll quickly move to the men's physique results in a moment after I listen to Derek Lunsford a little bit more. I'll put that men's physique top 2 up on the screen right now. And Jeremy Bundia, who made his comeback to the stage as well. Let me just pull up the men's physique. All right. So let's have a look at the men's physique, guys. This is Jeremy Bundia making his comeback. I don't know if he nailed his peak. And we've got a super chat here as well. I should read these before I post them. Sucks losing. Everyone stayed last year when Hadi won. Yeah. So Hadi walked off stage, for those who don't know, when that's meant to pose for the presentation of the top 5 or top 6 or whatever. So top 5, I think. So there's only 4 guys posing in that, which didn't put the winner in the middle, which I thought sort of sucked. But this is Jeremy Bundia. You can see, came in pretty good. He's bigger than he was in the past. I think he just needs to suck it in a little bit more. He maybe had some nerves coming back to the stage. Looks like he's holding a little bit of fluid there. I think that Jeremy Bundia can come back again and be better once again and get back up in that top 4 or 5. I think he can do it. Probably just needs a little bit more consistent training under his belt, and then I think he'll be able to come back and look really good. This is your second place finisher in the men's physique in Brandon Hendrickson. You can tell from front, he looks phenomenal. He's got a crazy physique. Turns to the back. He's got a good back too. Like, look, he's got the Christmas tree in. Everything looks really, really good. Super, super impressive. Great back. You look at that. Great back. When they were standing in a lineup, though, our eventual winner, Ryan Terry, who we'll go to in just a moment, looks better. Now, from the front, I'll still give it to Brandon Hendrickson. It's just such a crazy physique. I'd like his shorts just to be a tiny bit lower to accentuate, because he's got a short torso a little bit. Kyron Holden, who actually just beat Aaron Banks, our last year's winner, I think he placed outside the top 4, so he'll be disappointed in that. I just think that Kyron's just too big for men's physique. He did try to go into classic. He decided to go back to men's physique. And that experiment might have hurt him a little bit, because it might be hard to actually come right back now. I believe this was our 3rd or 4th place finish. I don't have his name on me right now, but he looked phenomenal. I learned his name just before. And this is our men's physique Olympia champion, Ryan Terry. Phenomenal. I mean, he looked really, really good. From the front, I think he was as good as always. He said he worked on his posing this year. He sort of always just did it himself. He worked on his posing, got some help with it. And look at his back. When that stood next to Brandon Hendrickson, it just looked a lot bigger. And it's surprising, because standing here, you go, oh, yeah. But when he stands next to other people, that's what it's about. It's about the comparison. So Ryan Terry looked really, 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 really good. He's competed, I think, 9 times now in the men's physique Olympia, and it took him 9 goes to win that title. And shout out to him. Wins it for England. And hopefully I can get him on the channel because he seems like a cool guy. And he seems like he doesn't get involved in all the crap talking with the men's physique class. So shout out to him. But let's circle back to the Open, guys. And the results of that, if you are just joining live or if you watched before, Derek Lunsford wins the 2023 Mr. Olympia. Hadi Choopan places in second, was disappointed, did not want to have his photo taken at the end. And then Samson Dauda places in third. Fourth place, we had Brandon Curry. Shout out to Brandon, looked way better tonight. Obviously overcame some stuff during this and wins himself some money. I don't know how much it was. I know fifth place is 35. First place is 400. So somewhere in between those two, obviously. And then fifth place, we had Andrew Jack. And outside of that, I don't know yet, but I will look up live the scorecards and see if I can find them. I'll quickly refresh IG, see if anyone's posted them. And if not, I will be looking on the Olympia website because I want to see if this is a 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, or a straight win decision. I want to see. So scorecards up. Let's have a look. Okay. Let me look this up. ifbbpro.com, and I'll go on npcnewsonline.com also to try to find the scorecards live for you guys. Because they get them up quick normally for shows like the Olympia. You get those results up quick. Try to load like 5 pages once. Olympia weekend day 2 scorecards. Let's have a look. What do you guys think it will be? Okay. Now, the scorecards are up. Let me share my screen with you guys. Hold up 1 second. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Share screen. We'll be able to look at the scorecard together. I haven't even analyzed it yet. We'll be able to see the results. I'll zoom in on it in just a moment. Okay, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. Okay, fifth place, Andrew Jack, 51 points. Total lowest score wins, obviously, as well, guys. Fourth place. Yep, so I think one judge's counted scores because they throw out the highs and lows, had Andrew winning. So a couple probably had Andrew winning against Brandon Curry at prejudging. Brandon Curry, like I said, came back better and then got straight fourths at finals and placed fourth place. Now, in third place, we had Samson Dauda, who at prejudging didn't get straight thirds. Some people had him up in, at least one person had him up in first, or two people had him in second for him to get that score there of 13. Places third with a total of 28 straight thirds at finals. In fourth place, in second place, I was getting confused then. Second place, we had Hadi Choopan, who finished on 9-9, which means he had firsts, he had seconds, and he would have had thirds from the judges. That's how close this 2023 Mr. Olympia was. That is crazy. And Derek Lunsford beats Hadi Choopan by 2 points at prejudging and 3 points at finals. So this was another Mr. Olympia, which is crazy because we have the best judges in the world. Thank you, Luigi. Must be crazy to be a 212 champ and now open. Do you think Derek is consistent? No one else can beat him, or guys like Samson Andrew could beat him? I think they can beat him. Will they beat him? Less likely than more likely. At some point, though, maybe. Yeah, for sure. At some point, for sure. Absolutely. But crazy scorecards. And let's look at some of these other results as well. We've got the full results. So let's look at sixth. Sixth place was Hunter Labrada. Did a little bit better at finals at the prejudging. Almost beat Andrew Jack, actually, at the finals. Lost to Andrew Jack by 1 point at the finals and 6 points at the prejudging. In seventh place, we had Mikel Crizo, straight sevenths by the looks of it, prejudging and finals. In eighth place, we had Tonio Burton. Shout out Tonio. In my predictions, I had Tonio Burton in eighth place. So thank you for making me look good. Ninth place, Regan Grimes. And in ninth place in my predictions, I had Regan Grimes. Happy with that. Very, very good showing there by Regan. At 1 point between them at prejudging, as you guys can see there, 42 and 43 on the scorecard. I should probably bring that up so I can circle it for you. And then in 10th place, we had Charles the Definition Griffin, finishing on a total of 104. 11th place, we had Hassan Mustafa on 109. 12th place, Andrea Presti. Where did I predict Presti? 11th, I predicted him. In 13th place, we had Theo Laguerriere. 14th place, we had Roman Fritz. 15th place, we had Justin Shire, who actually got a lot better score at finals than prejudging. 16th place, we had Phil Clayhar. And Ross Flanagan did not show up for finals. He had a DNF. So I don't know what happened with Ross. Ross was on 75 at prejudging, would have beaten Justin Shire by the looks of it, and Justin Shire's score improved because of that. So Justin Shire would have got an equal 16th with Phil Clayhar, but he places one spot higher because Ross Flanagan wasn't there at finals. So got to find out what happened to Ross Flanagan. There's a few stories coming out of this, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of content on it, guys. So shout out to you all. And to wrap up this finals live results video, it's much appreciated. We have our results. I'm going to announce it. Derek Lunsford in first place. In second place, we had Hadi Choopan. In third place, we had Samson Dauda. In fourth place, we had Brandon Curry. In fifth place, we had Andrew Jack. Sixth place, we had Hunter Labrada. Seventh place, Miko Crizo. Eighth place, we had Tony O'Burton. Ninth, we had Regan Grimes. And in 10th, we had Charles Griffin. And pretty impressive top 10. Shout out to Charles Griffin for coming back after an injury and placing top 10 in the world. Some great stories coming out of this one, guys. Derek Lunsford. I was literally about to say what Tim Wilkins is saying in my ear because I'm still listening to commentary. Derek Lunsford is your new Mr. Olympia. He's a 212 Mr. Olympia. He's an open Olympia. He did what Flex Lewis wanted to do, becomes the champ, and it sets up for a very interesting battle next year between Samson Dauda, Hadi Choopan, and Derek Lunsford once again. And who else is going to join that fray? Could we see Andrew Jack make the gains? I'd like to see Andrew Jack actually skip the Arnold Classic this next year, which I rarely say, have a full off season because we haven't seen that for him in some time. Oops, I'm trying to feature some of these comments. Thank you for the super chat. Six pack's not valued anymore. Chris, Derek, Abs, So-So. Chris and Derek. Chris who? Chris Bumstead? Chris Bumstead has very good abs. I think Derek still has nice abs as well, to be honest. I don't know. But yeah, so Derek Lunsford becomes a champ, and that's it from the 2023 Mr. Olympia. I'll be back with more videos, more comparisons, a whole bunch more content coming out, and some big news stories coming out of the Mr. Olympia, and I'll be wrapping that all up very soon for you guys. So anyway, thank you so much for all your support over the weekend. I'm going to give you my final tallies, actually, how many views I got over this Mr. Olympia weekend, because I think it might have broken a record for me in terms of views over 48 hours. I think we hit over that milli mark, which is awesome. And while I quickly load that up, I'm just going to quickly, sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm just sorting some things out here on the back end. So I'm going to give you the numbers of how many views I got over the last 48 hours, which is a big deal for me. And it's fun. And I thought you guys, I'm into stats, but I thought you guys might find it interesting as well. But let me know if you don't find it interesting whatsoever. And I'll happily just not fill you guys in on that again. So just let me know. But let me just pull it up. See how many views I got over the weekend. Sorry, it's just taking a second to load. And while I do that, I'm just going to run a quick ad. So then you can just, unless you're premium, then you will not see that whatsoever. I don't know if it ran or not. We'll see. Okay, so if you're got the premium, you will not get that whatsoever. But analytics, okay, still opening. Over the past 48 hours, I have 1.25 million views. Shout out to you guys. That's awesome. That is a record for me. And yeah, feel very honored that you guys chose to tune in to Desktop Bodybuilding. That's much, much appreciated. So 1.25 million views. People saying premium gang. Premium. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens at the 2023 Mr. Olympia. 2024 Mr. Olympia. We've got the Arnold Classic coming up soon. Subscribe to Desktop Bodybuilding. Click the notification bell button. It's much appreciated. And you'll be able to stay up to date with all your bodybuilding news throughout the year. And we've got a ton of contests. And I do these lives for every pro contest possible. I think there's one in a couple of weeks I won't be doing. But outside of that, I'll be doing every other live. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. My name is Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.